What about writing and grammar? Um, have you ever heard of Mad Libs? Mad Libs are these little notepads that you can buy. You can get them anywhere. And I love Mad Libs. And they are so, so funny. So one of the things about Mad Libs is it starts off with name two color adjectives, or name three verbs or action verbs, or what's a to be verb. And so you you fill in this page with these different parts of speech. And then you put it all together and it tells us a really funny, funny story. And so Mad Libs are a really fun way to practice grammar. If you're wanting to work on writing, then you could have a journal where every day the child writes the date, and maybe they're just at the sentence level. Just have them write one sentence about something that they did that day. And if they're at the paragraph stage, I would say we have them write a sentence. If they're at the essay stage, have them write a paragraph. So keep it short, keep it sweet. Personally, unless you've got some school left over that you need to complete for the year, writing is a culmination of all the language arts. Unless you've got a child who really enjoys it. If you've got a kid that likes it and they want to write their novel over the summer, go for it. Okay, my son wrote a novel, and it's available in our shop. But if you've got a kid who struggles with writing, then I would say be very careful about the writing that you're requiring over the summer. Keep it short, so they're dabbling in writing, but it's something easy, it's something doable, it's something attainable. There's all kinds of prompts that you can find. You just do a Google search for summer writing prompts, and you can find prompts for that. If you have a child who's just developing their writing skills, hard to write a sentence, then they're going to need your help to do that. I would not have them do journal writing if they're not even knowing how to write sentences. So you could write a sentence with them every day, just one sentence. Let's write this. If you've got a child who likes to write, have a journal that goes back and forth between you and the child. So you're writing notes to one another, and maybe set up a little mailbox, and the child will put the little journal in the mailbox, and you get the journal and you write her a note, and usually it's a girl that wants to do that, and then put it back in the mailbox, and then she knows, okay, she can go read it. So keep the expectations doable, fun, make it fun. Do not drag writing out over the summer and make it a bad experience, because writing is so, so important to the language arts. In fact, everything we're doing really is, as far as teaching grammar and penmanship and spelling and all of that, is building up to strong writing skills. And so use the summer as a way to dabble, to keep the skills up, but not to make it a frustrating experience. If you've got older kids, say fourth grade and above, they could write a paragraph about a place you visited. If you have older students, now here's an idea. Let's say you have junior high or high schoolers, and they are trying to argue why, Mom, I should be able to go to Great America with my friends all by myself. And your first thought is, no way. Maybe we'll do that as a family. I don't know, whatever. I'm just thinking of something that your kid might be begging and begging, let me go to the mall. I want to go to the mall with my friends. And your first response is, no way, I don't want you to do that. Have your kid write a 3-paragraph essay presenting their arguments. So have your older student, now I'm talking junior high, high school, okay, young kids, this is reasoning abilities here. Have your child write a paper presenting their 3 arguments for why you should let them do that. Let me tell you something. This is natural. It is normal for a junior high or a high schooler to want to argue with you and say, but mom, and you're like, no, and then you get into this argument. So when I say present their argument, I'm talking about a logical argument. And when I started studying logic with my kids, and we started learning about debate, and where they had to learn how to debate with somebody else, what I found was that was a wonderful training ground for my kids. So they would want to do something, and my first response would be, no, I don't want you to do that. And then I thought, wait a minute, convince me. Because maybe you have information that I don't know. Or maybe you have some good reasons that I am dismissing because I'm not really sure, I'm not coming from your perspective. And so I would start saying, okay, if you can give me 3 good reasons that I can come on board with you about. Maybe I'll change my mind. Convince me. And so with your older students, have them use their writing skills to convince you that they should be able to do something. Now, and they have to understand that you might still hold your ground and say, no, these are really valid arguments. I think you did a phenomenal job presenting your case. I think this is fantastic. I'm still going to say no. Now, they have to understand that that might be a possibility, but be open to the fact that maybe you just might want to change your mind. I don't know. It depends. Okay, older kids, have them plan or research the vacation that you're going to take. Have them plan the route on a map. No Google Maps allowed. Go to AAA, get a map. I know, believe it or not, they have those paper things, and have them plan the route. I will tell you, studying geography takes on a whole nother meaning when they're looking at roads. And how do I get from here to there? What route? What route am I going to take? Do I want to avoid the big cities? If I go through the big cities, what kind of traffic am I going to be expecting? Have the children help you plan the actual outing that you're going to do. Have them plan excursions. We're going to go to Indianapolis. What are some of the places? I want you to do some research and find places that you think our family would enjoy. And so have them get into that process. Have them calculate a budget. Okay, we're going to go to these places. I want you to get online. I want you to find out. This is, of course, if you allow these kids to be online. I want you to find out how much it costs. What are we going to need? There's 5 people in our family. Maybe there's 8 people in our family. This is how much money we have to spend on excursions when we're on our vacation. I want you to figure out where do you think the places are that we should go where we can keep inside our budget. So these are things that the kids can be doing. They are reading. They are thinking. They are learning how real life skills. And I will tell you, when it's a place they're going to go to, they're much more actively involved in it. Research the places you're going to visit. Maybe you're going to go to a historical site. Have them pull out books about that place. I remember when I was in high school, I took a trip where I took a summer school class, and we studied in the class for 4 hours a day for 3 weeks about American history. And then we got on a plane and we flew to Buffalo, New York. We traveled for 3 weeks from Buffalo, New York, all the way down to Washington, D.C. And I think we hit every single historical site there was. But before we went, everybody in the class had to pick one of those sites, do research, and do a presentation. And I will tell you, I did the White House. And when, I remember that. Okay, that was a long time ago that I studied that, but I still remember I researched the White House. And then when I went to the White House and I got to see the things that I had read about, it took on a whole nother meaning. Look, how many, I'm not even going to tell you. Okay, 42 years ago, I took that trip. I still remember just now. Boom, I remembered. I did the White House because I researched that and I prepared for that. And if possible, have them present their plans to the family, and maybe have them make an argument about why you should add an excursion to the trip. Again, keep the lessons, whatever you're doing, whoever you're working with, whatever ages you're working with, keep the assignments short and doable. Have them practice a skill or go outside the box, work on skills that they wouldn't necessarily normally work on.